Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to get started on the Mezco Toys Fantastic Four. This is a classic rendition, but what's really cool is you can use them in their modern renditions as well. And that's mostly because, they don't change outfits too often. There's always some classic spin on it. But for the most part, they use outfits made of unstable molecules to kind of change around and look when they feel like it. But for the most part, they have a classic style to them. Now, I am going to go in this order for them from least to favorite. And that is because although I love Invisible Woman as a character, I feel like no one really does her well as a figure. And that's something that just like, I've given up on trying or waiting for it. It's just, but this is probably the best version in terms of effect parts. But I don't care about it. Like, but so let's start off with her. Now, I have an underlight. Let's actually tone that down a little bit. So my underlight is going to help you out. So with our lighting and silhouette, you can see that this is actually a really nice smirking sculpt for her. It's actually on a pretty solid face sculpt. Unfortunately, I know Mezco said they were moving forward with new types of bodies. So this is probably the last ones we'll get with the single jointed arms, because I am not a fan. It's not for me, but I get it because it's meant to hold up her effect parts that you'll see much later. But I am not a fan of the single joints. Same thing for the legs, is going to be single jointed. And I'm not too happy about that. But she does have a really good ab crunch for reverse. And even going forward is actually pretty decent. And can tilt side to side. As far as the head sculpt goes, I believe it's on a soft ball joint. Yeah. So you can actually rotate that, that head articulation around. So you can actually get some movement on it. And maybe my light is doing too much. So let me actually move that, right? But as you can see here, it's actually really solid here. But again, not for me. We even twist side to side. But again, this the single jointed thing is not for me, but also I just feel like it's never perfect with her, especially because she's a lot more than just Reed Richards' wife. But like I said, effect parts wise, they do really well by her. Next up is Johnny Storm. I feel like Johnny's really nice. It's that classic pretty boy sculpt. Definitely, in my opinion, a John Romita style, Kirby style, right? We have him, what I think is a modified Gomez body, more muscular for the human type. It's double jointed, has bicep swivel, right? Can move around articulation wise. Let's see about that upper torso. We have a classic movement. We can go backwards, and we have an ab crunch forwards. We have our legs can hit up to 90 degrees. We are double jointed. We have thigh swivel. Let's check about that there. If we want to talk about flight poses, all right, let's see if Johnny has it. I feel like Johnny definitely does have good flight pose material, and you're going to need that for Johnny Storm, right? So we get in some beautiful flight poses here. Now, the reason why he's my least favorite is because Johnny Storm as a character is pretty bland, and probably my favorite version of him is the Jonathan Hickman run, as well as when he did when he was also on the Uncanny Inhumans run, when he was with the Inhumans. Like, that's a very good rendition of him, showing him how much he both misses his family and how much he tries to do better as a character, especially on Uncanny Avengers. He was actually really good on that run too. Next up, we have Mr. Fantastic. I really like this this harrowing, grim look of him. Very Krasinski style. It's a very stern face, especially for a guy who can stretch his body. Now, again, if you're wondering why he's not stretchy, we'll get into that later. But he does have what I believe is another humanoid body, but a different style. It's not as thin as Johnny. As you can see, Johnny is much thinner. He's actually a bit wider, which is pretty cool that they actually gave them different styles of bodies. As you can see, bicep swivel. He is double jointed. Regular ab crunch. Ooh, and that's for later. That's what that's what I was trying to keep a secret, but we'll talk about that. He still has really good ab crunch, but you have to be careful popping it forward, as you may pop it out for the character. He actually, when you want to lift his leg up, it's going to be a little bit under that 90 degrees because you'll cause some bunching, so you have to be careful. We do have thigh swivel as well. We are double jointed. So yeah, we do have that classic articulation, but again, you have to be careful. You have to be careful in that torso part for obvious reasons, because what's going to happen is you might pop it out, which is going to, like I said, come in handy later. But I actually like that stern face for Mr. Fantastic. Makes him look like an old grumpy grump. When he's not really grumpy grump. He's always trying to figure out how to save the world, how to do better. Solving everything. That Jonathan Hickman run was A1, man. FF for him was dope. Saying that led to all his other stuff. Now, my favorite is going to be The Thing. Probably my favorite character in the Fantastic Four. The most grounded of us, the most wholesome, the most human, and I really love him for it. This is a beautiful sculpt on him. I think the only thing that could have been better is that if it was double jointed, and it's almost like in the sculpt you can tell where it should have been, but it didn't end up that way. But we do have a little bit of a butterfly rocker, and like I said, I adore this beautiful stony head sculpt. It's really nice on him, and he has weight to him as well. He's not just strictly light. So we do have a single joint. We can lift our arm up. We do have a bicep swivel, a stony little bicep swivel, right? So we can put our dukes up. We have some rotating joints for him in the fist. Is there an upper torso movement? Yes, we do. We do have some sort of upper torso movement that will allow us to move around. We can lift our legs up to 90 degrees, even as the Thing. We have double jointed knees, and we have a decent rocker for my man, right? So his sweet Aunt Petunia can still love him and move with him. I think this thing is going to be a little bit smaller than most people's things, but again, the Thing size varies all the time. And if we're going with a classic rendition, he was definitely on a smaller side, but he was still a strong guy. Like I said, beautiful, stoned up, bricked up, lovely. And this is my favorite character. This is, again, and I'm giving out my bias here. He still also has soft goods. His belt is actually slightly different. I believe his is like a pleather-like leather. It's not plastic. So you can enjoy yourselves with that. But the really cool part about all this is going to be able to jump into the accessories. There is a lot that comes with these guys, and that is going to be the largest section of this video. And I'm going to keep it honest. I may have to break it down into 2 different parts because it's so long, and I'm going to have to take a water break. So with that being said, let's get ready to get started on it. All right, let's talk about accessories. This is going to be pretty crazy. I don't even know what order to do it in, to be honest. So yeah, actually, you know what? I want to kind of start with H.E.R.B.I.E because we don't get enough shine on H.E.R.B.I.E. And I was sitting here in the background. I got obsessed with playing with him because H.E.R.B.I.E has a ton of cool accessories. H.E.R.B.I.E is posable, so he's technically like the 5th member you get. He has a single joint. He has rotating arms. His little rockets work. You can actually pose these around, right? We can open up the back, and we have little test tubes and knobs, so it's pretty cool. These are really, really nice, right? We can open up our front, as you saw that I did before. Open up the little computer. This is actually really cool. One other cool thing that I thought was really nice is that when you move his neck, it actually shows the tension of like Bendy's wires moving with him. And I thought that was really dope. Also, we have zoom eyes, right? So we can actually, on both of them, not just one. So we can, and then we can rotate that around a little bit. This is a really cool robot. Like we can also update the keyboard tray, right? So we can have more tests and things done. So yeah, H.E.R.B.I.E is the 5th little member, and it's really cool. H.E.R.B.I.E also comes with their old effects set, which I need to find. I have it around. Oh, there it is. I have so many accessories out. So H.E.R.B.I.E comes with these little rocket blasts. I forgot what this is called for the life of me. And we have 2 little removable parts here. I forgot what all of that was, but I was sitting here just goofing with them, and here we are. And these actually fit right under, so H.E.R.B.I.E can fly. Keep that in mind. Now, with H.E.R.B.I.E was cool. I didn't even expect it to be that cool, and it really was. Now, we can also have Invisible Woman. Now, Invisible Woman, like I said, although she is not my favorite character in terms of this set, this is probably the best set of effect parts we'll get for her. In all honesty, she's not my favorite character here. Like, not by a long shot. And I'm gonna have to reiterate that. Oh, by the way, H.E.R.B.I.E does come with a stand. So even if you don't want to use the rocket effects, H.E.R.B.I.E has a stand to fly. So yeah, let's actually leave that there. So you get technically 5 cool figures. But yo, this is what's wild, right? So you'll get these nice slew of hands for Invisible Woman. You have a pointing hand, relax hand, open action hand. You have her 2 tension hands, and these are for her effects and stuff. And then you'll get these cool effects, which right there, that is for like the light up function. I'll get to that later. But you have these cool effects for her. What I didn't know is that it's magnetized to her head. So you're doing like the classic effect parts. And that's why I was like, yo, this is dope. So if it, oh, yep, there it is. So it magnetizes to her head so she can like use her powers comic style. And I didn't realize like how cool that was. So, bruh, like I gotta give it to them. Like I wouldn't have thought about doing that. That's actually really cool. And I didn't think, let's actually double check it. Let's see if it actually works on her other sculpt. So you'll get 2 other sculpts for her. This is a more kind of semi-open mouth sculpt. The hair is still soft, so that way you can actually like move it around. And then you'll get a grit teeth sculpt. Let's actually bring some light on that. There we go. This one looks very angry. And I don't mean that like in a bad way. I mean, this is cool because you can actually see expression in her face, which is always a plus. I like it when you can get expression out of a character. Now, we have the effect set here. Let's test it on all 3 heads. Yep, that's 1 more magnetized. And then we'll test this one. Yep, magnetized on all 3. That's actually really dope. Then we have a smaller shield, which is made for the tension of the hand. You'll see the grooves there. I'm gonna test that out much later. I just don't wanna keep you guys here for too long. We have another tension one. And then we have another magnetized piece here. Nope, this one isn't magnetized. Which one is this? Oh, this is a much smaller effect. But you'll actually get a much larger effect as well, as a whole. See the tension points for the hands? This is really dope. You'll actually get 1 cool larger effect. These are probably the, when it comes to Mezco effects, they make some of the best weapons and effects out there. Now, outside of her, which because we've now knocked her down, right? Let us talk about the next character is going to be Johnny Storm. I'm going to continue to go in this order of part 1 of accessories. Now with Johnny Storm, we will also get a nice ton of effects. One of those effects being, you will get, before we get to heads, let's talk about Johnny's other sculpts, because you'll get a smiling sculpt for Johnny. And then you'll get the flame on head. Now, the flame on head doesn't seem like much, which I very much enjoy, but what's really cool is you can actually light it up. So I'll pop the batteries in already, and that's what this tiny switch is for, right? Look at that. You have a beautiful light up feature. And then even if I took some light off of it, you can see it lights up very, very well. Let me grab my little tab and turn that off for a second, because to go with that, right, we have this beautiful flaming post for him flying and using his powers. I haven't put him in it yet because I'm actually trying to figure out how to use everything. But as you can see, there are points, and it's also soft enough that he'll fit in and not make it like hurtful for him. Because at the bottom, guess what? This also lights up. And this is a very bright light, passes through pretty much most of it. So when you do the light up, it's gonna be strong. I really do like that. Now, when we jump to Johnny's effects, I'm gonna keep it in a tray so it looks really cool. We have parts that, tray parts. We have fire parts that cover parts of his body, as well as fireballs to hold in his hands. And the reason why they give you a new neck is because what's gonna happen is, even though you can't change whole body to the light up feature, right? Because I know Legends does a real good job of doing that version of him, right? This one just kind of does the classic, will heat up like the neck. Oh, how does this, does it like pop out? Let me check the instructions, because I double checked it. Oh, wait a second. I double checked the instructions, but it says we're supposed to be able to remove the skin part of it. But I'm always scared of just, oh, here we go. There we go. So you remove just the skin part, a skin cap, and you place it on top. And now we place our flaming head on. Now, okay, this looks a lot better. This coupled with stuff like flame effects over the body, now make a ton of sense. See? Okay. I feel you. This actually still works in my opinion. I would have loved a heated up body where you can replace parts or you had a different body. But I think this is a nice substitute. But I really wish we would have got a flame on body. But yeah, this is still works, especially because when you pop that light on, this is going to look fantastic on top of the fire effects. I'm actually going to leave him like this because I like the idea of him looking cool in his flame on parts like this. Now, this is probably one of the best effect sets ever when it comes to Mr. Fantastic. I need to take a quick break, take a sip of water, because I'm actually really excited to get to Mr. Fantastic. Give me 2 seconds, y'all, 2 seconds. All right, before I jump into Mr. Fantastic, I forgot Johnny does also come with a set of hands. You get open flight hands, you'll get the gripping fireball hands, and flight hands, right? Now, Mr. Fantastic, y'all, look. So you're gonna get something cool. So one of them being, you're obviously gonna get him smiling, a smiling sculpt, which actually does look quite handsome. The strong, stretchy chin, right? We got the graying at the temples, looking cool, Mr. Fantastic. Also, if you've read that Hickman run, you'll also get this nice bearded sculpt. I like that this was included to modernize them. This looks really cool. Also, because I forgot, and in all my excitement, there are more than one Johnny Storm sculpts. No, there's one Johnny Storm sculpt, but you actually get a flaming effect part for throwing fireballs. My dumb ass forgot in all my excitement because I'm actually learning as we go. And the set is really, really nice. Like this is, like I said, some of the best effects, right? And they're soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about hurting it. Now, Mr. Fantastic, you saw me earlier. What I did was I popped off the torso, which is pretty cool, right? What you can also do is you can pop off the said boots and you have your legs. And what's really cool is you will get stretchy boots, like the stretch style boots. You can pop these in. Got to make sure it plugs in. And now we have like tall legs, right? You still get the ankle pivot, which is really good, right? But what's really cool is going to be the Stretch Armstrong upper torso. This is, yo, this is probably one of my favorite things, like no lie. Like, and even with this, right, you get like the crazy forward ab crunch. This is all soft goods still as well. You'll also get large hands to plug in. So that way, even if you didn't want to use any of the smaller hands, you can use the large hands, which is classic Mr. Fantastic style. So you can actually like leave him elongated and like he can't even fit on my screen anymore. So let's sit him down, right? You can see like he is stacked up, but it doesn't stop there. You'll actually also get a stretchy neck as well. Look at that, bendy stretchy neck. So because I like the smiling sculpt a lot, let's pop that on there. Reed Richards, time of the year stretchy man, right? So oh, I did this wrong. I was supposed to pop this part out. I'm supposed to pop this part out. But what I'm gonna do is, oh, I'm having trouble. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this back in, and then I'm gonna do the bearded head for fun. Oh no, let's do the smiling sculpt because I want that classic cover style. Look at this. Look at, yo, you can't tell me this is not cool as hell. Like, we finally have a like Stretch Armstrong, really cool Mr. Fantastic out here wilding out in the streets, whooping like bad guy butt. You know, this is classic. Like, I've always wanted this as a kid, and now I can say we have the coolest version of Mr. Fantastic ever. Period. Like, this is the coolest version of Mr. Fantastic. If they ever did a Future Foundation version of it, yo, I'm losing my mind. Like, but in the meantime, this is it. This is my cool Mr. Fantastic, and I'm here for it. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. And if you try to, I'm not listening. La 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 la. I don't care, right? But yeah. Oh, can you? problem is going to get him to balance, because I've got all the stretchy parts on him, with the exception of the stretchy neck, and he will get heavy. But also, I got to find out how to bend. Oh, there it is. Found out how to bend the knee perfectly. So my man is going to be having the time of his life. But yeah, I'm going to have fun with that. So I'm going to put him down. I'll put him back together for stretchy parts later. Let's put him off to the side. Now let's talk about my main man, the Thing, right? Again, this is my favorite boy. Favorite man, 50 grand. Has a beautiful yelling sculpt. This is absolutely stunning. This yelling sculpt is A1. The big, beautiful eyes, the teeth, the tongue is out. You can see it all. It's there. It looks beautiful. Then you have my dear sweet Petunia smiling sculpt. I think this Thing sculpt has been amazing, right? And then we have Clobbering Time. I love it. Love, love, love it. Now, what's really cool is we'll also get a pair of shades for the Thing. And even though the Thing has no ears and no nose, we can still put the shades on him, as you can see here. And the reason why that is because we'll also get our trench coat hat. And the reason why we get a trench coat hat is because we also get a trench coat for the Thing. And, oh, I dropped my light, y'all. I got too excited, dropped my light. That's not cool. There we go. I got too excited because I forgot to even talk about the hands for Mr. Fantastic and the hands for the Thing. You will get gripping hands and some open action hands. And I'm gonna open these up because I'm gonna need these for the Thing's other stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. I wanna get to this jacket first because I got too excited. This is a lot of cool stuff, man. And I know a lot of people love the Fantastic Four, and I feel like this is the set that does it the closest justice. Like, I really do. We get a nice big old jacket. Can we put my man in there real quick? Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna have to do it off the camera so I can like hurry up and get it on. So let's get it off camera and then put my main man in a jacket. And I shouldn't have left his fist on, but I was too excited. See, I gotta go backwards now. I got too excited, y'all. So, no, like, talking about it wise, it's pretty cool because we are now at a point where we're getting cool renditions of different characters. And again, not like you have to buy it, but it's still cool as hell to know, like, damn, we're in like an age where people have waited their whole lives for a set like this, and they have their chance to get it. Also, like, just in general, like, if you don't like this set, there's other sets you can go buy. It's pretty cool. Now, I've put a jacket on. We have a wire here. Our coat is wired throughout. My man stayed covered up, and I done dropped another figure. I done dropped a lot of things, to be honest, because I'm too excited. But my man has a trench coat. We have some glasses. Like, my man can go incognito. Shout out to the Thing, though, who has done so much good in the world. He does not have to pay for any of his trench coats. I don't know how you're gonna hide an exterior like this, but yeah. The whole point is, like, jokes aside, like, it's really cool to have this set, for real. Right? My man is so angry with this face on. But one more thing I want to talk about before I continue to get carried away is two more things that he does come with is going to be cool punch effects. And that's why I popped the fist off, because I wanted to show you how the fist fit in there. Which, if I can find the other fist, I think I dropped it. So you'll get two of these fist effects. And my desk is a mess because I'm too excited. I'm gonna actually place this inside so we can see how the fist look. So yeah. The more I play with this set, the more excited I become. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm getting overwhelmed. The fist was literally right there staring at me. Two more things we'll get is going to be a Yancey Street sign. It does not light up, but it's made of soft plastic, so that way when you are doing battle scenes, the Thing can grip it and hold it, and it's soft enough but strong enough that it looks good as a beautiful prop. Same thing for this beam girder. Soft plastic, but it'll look cool as you bend it or decide to mollywop some bad guys with it. So again, the set was well thought out. Like I said, I think in terms of body-wise, Invisible Woman's the weakest, but she has some of the best effects there are. Johnny Storm, I do wish there was a bodysuit, but it's supplemented with a light-up feature, which I thought was really cool. Mr. Fantastic's a no-brainer. It's perfect. I don't care what anybody says. Same for the Thing. I just wish he was double jointed. But, dude. Anyway, enough of my bias here. Let us get to talking about the size comparisons, and I'll see you guys in a sec as I clean up this glorious mess. All right, that took me honestly forever to try to find things to size comparison them with, but also try to find something relative and cool. But then I realized, like, it's Marvel's first family, it's cosmic. They've done just about everything at this point. So I kind of just gave up and was like, screw it. I'm going to just choose my favorites and the things I can find a nice happy medium. Now, because there are 4 figures in front of us, it's going to be kind of difficult to size them out. So I'm going to do my best to like replace them and show them and try not to take too long at the same time. Now, one of the things we can compare to here are some Marvel Legends counterparts. And I don't know why, but I feel like I don't even have a full team in the right costume. So here we are with Reed Richards up against Reed Richards in our modern rendition costume. And I don't think he looks bad. I just think it's one of those things where 2 different styles, especially when one is going to be able to swap out bodies. I like the black costumes though, right? Then we have Marvel Legends Johnny Storm to show off against Johnny Storm. Different costumes, but you get the idea, right? Then we have Susan Storm with that half invisible arm up against Susan Storm. This is more of her modern costume. I mean, not modern, sorry, classic costume style. So as you can see here, there you have it. Then we have the Thing to go against the Thing. Let's move her ever so slightly down. As you can see, the oranges are different, and we can clearly see that the Marvel Legends is bigger, right? Marvel Legends definitely has the heft and the size. He's bigger than these guys. But we have our smaller style of the Thing here. Now, we can compare to some other stuff. Here is some villains for the Fantastic Four to fight, in case you need to prep up. Here is Owen Reese, the Molecule Man. I'm gonna try to, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So here we are with Molecule Man. And he looks pretty good, but if I put him in the middle, you can see that he kind of overshadows. So again, I'm gonna try to place him like right here, so you can see how he stacks out. On Reese, the Molecule Man. We try to get some light in there. As you can see, this is not easy for me right now. It's a lot going on with like 5 people in here plus H.E.R.B.I.E. Right? So I'm gonna move H.E.R.B.I.E as well. I kind of wanted to spotlight him. That's not gonna happen now. Next up, we can choose King the Conqueror, Marvel Legends. King is a little smaller, but he still fits in pretty well with these guys. Next up, we have my main man, the Silver Surfer. And what's crazy is I cannot find my Dr. Doom to save the life of me. And that's gonna hurt me later when I when I have Dr. Doom come in. I don't know how I'm gonna work that out. We have Psycho Man, right? A Marvel villain for the Fantastic Four. I need a Mole Man now. Next up, here is a Valaverse 6-inch figure. Then we're going to do, oh, you know what? How could I forget? Here's my main man, the Super Skrull. Now, a lot of Marvel Legends fit in really well with what we have here for our first family. If you want, because this is a cosmic thing, I feel like Cosmic Legions fit in really well here, and some Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. So here is a Cosmic Legion. We have a larger Specian, right? We have a Mezco Ichigo, which I'm gonna throw in because I miss Ichigo, and this is always a bonus. Here's my main man, 50 grand, right? Then if you wanna try like different stuff, here is a Mafex Spider-Man. He has a custom head from PVC. Oh no, this is my Steelman collectible sculpt. Here is a Mafex Spider-Man looking significantly smaller than them. And then even if I even them out, he's still smaller than Sue. And if we want to do a bigger guy, here is, I don't know why I can't find my SHF Hulk, but here is a Marvel Legends Hulk to show you just how towering a Hulk is over the Thing. And depending on if you're doing like the Immortal Hulk run, or now the new one with Jerry Dugan, or is it Al Ewing? No, Al Ewing is writing Hulk, I think. So there's a bunch of cool stuff that you can do with that size-wise. And then I think that about sums it up. Like, it's crazy because, like I said, you can fit them in wherever you want. You can try different things. There's a lot of fun to be had in this set. There are some weak points, but I don't think it's something that overshines the entirety of the group. Also, I didn't notice it before, but one of the cool things is that the 4 insignia is in all of the Fantastic Four, with the exception of the Thing in their gloves. They even have like cool little insides, like the strap and stuff here. This one looks like a little communicator here on the side. These are little things that I didn't notice. But again, this set is for people who literally adore the Fantastic Four. This is without question a love letter to them, and what seems to be like a really fine fashion. So I'm not knocking it. As you can see, I was ready to pop back on the flame on head. So I'm here for it. I'm down. I'm a believer now. I was very skeptical of, as well as unset, and it's cool now to like have it in hand, and I know I like it. But again, it may not be for you, and that's fine too. But I'm here to enjoy it, and I'm very glad I ended up getting it. So with all of that being said, I do hope you enjoyed this super long video. Try to go over everything, but I really, honestly, I got excited, and that's kind of what I do in these videos. So it's tough sometimes because I'll forget things. So thank you. I appreciate it. And as always, please be kind to yourself, be kind to others. As the Fantastic Four say, family first. And please, be good, do good. Drink your water, guys. Later.